Hey, greetings fellow slinging agents in the wild. It's your trusted handler Brian welcoming you back to our third entry of our homebrewed scenario, Deep Waters Disavowed. Last episode I ran that special intro, so all the shoutouts got deferred to this one. So let's get them out. By the way, I'm sorry about this head cold, but you know, it's just must be something that Quantum Horizons put out there in the water or something, right? Anyways, I want to welcome our newest YouTube subscriber, Sean Close. Welcome to the show. We are glad you're here. Also, of Steel, Steam, and Murder stated on episode 1 of our Deep Waters Disavowed run-through, saying, grab the popcorn and soda. The boys are back in town. Yes, SS&M, we are. And when this concludes, we still have Gaslight Disavowed to drop as well, so be sure to stay tuned. Next, we have good friend of the show, Balint Babos, finally dropped me a line. Where you been, brother? He says, I didn't hear the first version, so I'm looking forward for Adesso and each figuring out this mystery. Keep up the good work. Well, this version is the definitive version of my vision of this scenario, so I hope you're enjoying it as much as I enjoyed running it for these two awesome agents. And finally, James Wachter disclosed to us per Deep Waters Disavowed episode 1, the boys will keep us safe, we're in good hands. Aye, James, the boys have got this. Don't you worry. Now, James also commented on episode 2 saying, hell yeah, good shit. And to that I can only say, thank you, James, I'm glad you're liking it. Also, we got fellow slinging agent in the wild, Nicholas Bellabo, who's going through our backlog of Delta Green and stated after listening to our Convergence episode 13, the smile on my face when Derringer said for Adesso to clean up Sheriff Oakley. Oh, Nicholas, the darkness in your heart. That kind of mental attitude will only get you invited to the Rage Room, which is only digital right now, but we still rock hard. And in closing the shoutouts, I have reaching out from beyond the grave, Gary Kilgore, who, after finishing our collateral damage run through, reached out to congratulate us on another successful mission, saying, collateral damage was an amazing scenario and I love that it's a homebrew. Thank you, Gary. I'm glad you're still with us because I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon. Remember, after this season of Deep Waters Disavowed, we will have a little bit of a hiatus before we drop our next season because, like I had said before, I want to make sure that we kind of let the stew simmer a little, let it cook, let everybody's anticipation for what we drop next really kind of get to a boiling point before we just start continuously dropping stuff. I don't want to burn you guys out. All right, probably burned you out with this extra long-ass intro anyways, but hey, man, I got to give my shout-outs to my boys out there, to these fellow slinging agents in the wild. Remember, if you like what you're hearing, leave us that 5-star rating and review on whatever podcast app you listen to the show on, and subscribe to our YouTube channel over at Roll the Hard 20. Now, let's warm up our dice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 presents episode 3 of our Deep Waters Disavowed. Enjoy. Now, I'm gonna go get some NyQuil or something to help cure or kill this thing.
Going down.
It's going down.
It's going down. All right. You guys have done quite a bit in 2 episodes. Completely derailed the AP. Taken it off in completely different trajectory. You guys proud of what you guys did in my AP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
trying to derail it.
I have a feeling we're going to get payback for that now.
Oh, boy.
Or at least crewman Linus will.
Tomlin. Linus Tomlin. Okay. Let me lead us in, and then I'll break down where we are so far. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20. It is I, your trusted handler, Brian, and with me, my hard slingers of your, the ancient yore. So, episode 3 of our homebrew Delta Green scenario, Deep Waters Disavowed. Good catch, Sammy.
Thank you.
Last episode, well, not investigating. Is it investigating?
Yeah, we're still investigating,
Okay.
yeah. We haven't shot anybody yet.
Last episode, while investigating the Aqua Fortune, the two agents, Adesso and Each, saw that the gosh, I hate doing this. I'm having a tough time doing the summary on this because I haven't had a chance to listen to it and really put it together. I'm still frantic from the previous episode, which was literally like 7 minutes ago.
That's the way to do it. It's so fun this way.
Well, you can always add the intro later.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll just do that. You know what? Yeah. My hard-slinging agents in the wild, you're just going to have to roll with it because I tell you what, right now, we are so on a high from last episode and the episode before. We've just been running this thing straight through. But I will tell you this. Right now, we got First Mate Stevens and Adesso going down to the engineering to look for Gomez. We have Agent Kimura partnering up with crewman Tomlin, going to go meet up with Adesso and Stevens down in the engine room.
Yeah.
And when they exited the wheelhouse, Tomlin looked at you and said, "Thank you for joining me, Agent." And then you saw this pinprick of red light on his chest that extended out and away from him like a large arrow all the way to the back of the ship. Knowing what this was, you then hear a crack. I rolled a 24. Missed the lethality rating, but didn't miss the kill shot. You see Tomlin crumple right at your feet, axe clattering down the metal staircase. A few moments later, you see the red dot leave his body and start moving up the stairs towards you each. What are you going to do?
Well, so I'm going down a stairway?
It's an external stairwell, like metal stairs that are outside of the ship.
Yeah. But so am I at the top?
You're at the top, right near the door.
20 feet towards the bottom? What?
It's about 15 feet down at an angle, about 45-degree angle.
Okay. Well, and then at the bottom, what is there? My idea
Tomlin
would be, well, great. That'll help my traction. What I'm hoping to do would be able to use my move to get down and around a bend or something like that, out of range of the sniper. Now, is that coming just from the back of the boat, or is it coming from the top of the gantry?
You can't tell.
I saw the red line though. Was it going up? Was it going down? Like, was it level?
It looked like it was coming almost horizontal, maybe a little up.
Okay. So potentially it could be from someone on top of the gantry.
Probably not that high.
Okay, not that high. So just from the back of the ship, back where the spacecraft is?
Yeah, around that area.
Okay. Well, in my opinion, I doubted that it's an alien entity using sniper firearms because they have 3 red sights, like in Predator, not just one. That's good to be studied, you know? Well, I can't really dodge against range weapons from what I've
but you can
heard on that
dodge to hide behind something. Like if you want to...
Well, that's what I was looking to do.
Okay.
Can I move down and is there something to hide behind?
No, the best you could hope for is to get below the sight of that, possibly.
Well, that's what I'll try to do.
Yeah, just keep running down the stairwell.
Yeah. Can't you just go back into the wheelhouse each?
Yeah, I don't want to be fucking trapped, though. Like, the idea would be to get to you guys and let you know there's a live fire, situation up on deck.
Yeah. That's a superior move. Yeah.
I mean, I can hide and just let you guys go for it, but I wouldn't. Let me roll. No, I'm just kidding.
Take a luck roll.
Yeah. No, I'm going to try to, using all my skills and athletics, to move and try to provide a poor target with the rain or the mist and the poor lighting and the natural reflexes of Ichi Kimura.
Are you rolling for something?
Well, no. What do I need to roll?
Roll an athletics check for me, please.
Athletics check. Okay. All right, boy. Let's go. Under 50. 50 exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So you
standing,
make your way down the stairs, keep it a low pro, even kind of start to slide a little as this round goes off above your head.
Oh, so he attacked, so I can move again now. Because, well, my goal would be to try to get to one of the doorways or into the ship and off this deck and off this perched target that I'm on.
Okay. Well, there is a doorwell right below you where it says accommodations, and that should take you further down in the interior to a certain degree if you go that road. Otherwise, you would have to keep going along the trawl deck and go down one of the two stairwells that lead down in the center of the ship.
No, I'll try hitting the accommodations room, and hopefully there's a stairway down but to further levels. If not, then maybe I'll just wait here and draw him out.
Okay. You go into the accommodations room, and we cut to Adesso and Stevens.
Fucker.
You find
Any
yourselves...
chance we would have heard that high-powered rifle going off down 2 decks or a deck or 2?
You're down 3 decks right now.
Okay. Probably not.
Probably not. Not through all the metal. Ironically, the ship is not running. You don't hear the ship running.
Okay. Oh, could I make a luck roll to see if I hear the rifle going off? Because without the ship machinery running, the only thing that's going on is the sound of the storm and us. I mean, it's not ideal.
Not really. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and try to make that luck roll.
Does that got to be up even at a higher range because it's a more difficult one?
I'll let him know.
Oh.
Okay. Roll the 3.
All right.
Definitely didn't hear anything.
Not with that attitude.
Did you roll 3 also?
Nope. Stevens
17?
rolled a 17. And he didn't hear it either.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll keep on going and then check out the machinery, keeping our eye out for Gomez, who probably isn't there. He's probably the asshole with the rifle shooting at each, but we don't know that. So we're still going to check out the power, the engineering, make sure it's still intact.
Okay. Getting down to the engineering section, which is 3 levels down, you enter this darkened room, and Stevens says, "That's really weird. The lighting should be on down here. Why aren't the lights on?" He starts.
Are the emergency lights lit?
I don't know. They're not even on. They should be on.
I'll click on the light that he's got.
Where's my fucking flashlight?
I got the flashlight. I click it on.
You click it on, and you see that the control panels for the ship down in the lower section have all been damaged. But I'd like for you to make an observation check for me.
Got it. 52 under 35.
Over?
That's over still.
Yeah, it's over. I didn't make the check.
Stevens looks at you and says, "We got to get off this fucking boat. This thing is... Gomez is going to kill us."
How do you know it was Gomez?
Well, Tomlin said he was in the wheelhouse.
Tomlin said he was. Maybe he was down here first. He says he didn't do the thing he didn't destroy the count, but he could have. I mean, let's keep all our options open. But yeah, this is... All right. Does it look like we could fix it if we knew how?
I don't think so. I mean, look, the paneling is all smashed. He's pointing his finger in the beam of the flashlight as you're moving it around. And as you move it around, you see something off to the right, and you pan to the left. You see something off to the left.
Okay.
Only whatever was off to the left darts away from you.
Oh, so there's something down there. Okay. I'll try to pan around to see it, having my muzzle follow the light.
Whatever it was went deeper into the engine room and around a corner.
Okay.
Tone, for the sake of what you and I are doing, you went down the stairwell that's on the starboard side, almost to the aft, and then you made your way into the engine room. You see where the engine room is, midship there?
I do.
Okay. Imagine you're looking to the rear at that panel that goes from left to right.
Yeah, I
So
see.
you're
This
between
is,
those two boxes
switchboard.
looking back. When you
Yeah.
looked to the right, you saw something. When you looked to the left, you saw something move and duck around.
Okay.
Are they near the switchboard? Is that where they
That's
were
the switchboard right in front of that area right
Okay.
there.
I want to take. I'd like to follow that thing, but on the other hand, I want to look at the switchboard. Has anything been turned off, or is it all just smashed?
It's all smashed. It's completely smashed.
Wait, someone had some time down here. It's one switchboard for 2 diesel engines, even though they could run in tandem or one after the other. Neither one of them are running, correct?
No.
Does it look like the controls for each diesel are smashed?
You would have to go around and start looking at each individual engine.
All right, well, we came down on the starboard side, correct? And if I'm not mistaken, there's only one hatchway coming down. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
At
I'm
that
gonna-
level.
At that level. Okay, I'm going to lean over and whisper to Stevenson, there's something in here. I'm going to go around the outside and flush it towards you.
We mean you're going to go you're going to go outside and flush it towards me.
Not outside. I'm in the engine room. I'm going to make my way to the switchboard, and I'm going to go around the diesel on the port side, and then I'm going to move around it and come back towards the starboard side so that whatever's in front of me is coming towards you. Keep your knife.
It went around on the starboard side.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
but
then-
there was
then
something that was
reverse to what I
there
just
was
said.
something that was on the port side by
Right.
that engine that you couldn't see, and then there was something that ran around on the starboard side.
Okay, so I'll do the opposite of what I said. I'll go around the port side and flush it to the starboard side.
Okay.
All right, and I'll tell him that. Keep your knife ready. Whatever's coming out, you get it. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I could do that.
All right. So then I'll start making that sweep around with the light, tracking it with the muzzle.
Okay. And you don't see anything at all.
Does anything go towards Stevenson? Steven, you see anything?
No, I don't see anything over here. You know, I don't have a light either.
There's not another flashlight in this whole boat. Should be one in the engineering compartment. Let's take a look around. He takes a look around. Is there anything? Usually there's one. They usually have an emergency flashlight. Usually it's on the switchboard. It would be one on the switchboard or next to the controls of one of the engines.
Why don't you make a luck roll?
I'll make a luck roll.
Let's go 4.
Yeah. And we hopefully won't have to make another luck roll to see if it works, because if this was a real Navy, not only would it be missing, if it was there, it wouldn't work. And I rolled a 6. No
it
joke.
looks like whoever cleaned out this ship is doing a very methodical cleansing of it.
Okay. All right. I move back towards Stevenson. Okay, there's nothing. If whatever's here, we're not going to find it. Let's get back up to Each and Tomlinson.
Yeah, he's done with you right now, handler.
Well, I'm looking. I'm just not sure where else I would go.
Look to the right.
Well, it's more along this line. I don't have a lot of faith in Stevenson. You know, and the fact that he doesn't have a light is also another issue for us.
He did? You took it from him.
I got the light. Yeah. Hey, man, I got the light. I
Chances
need to
are-
find another one for him or one for
Whatever's
myself
evading
or
you-
something. Yeah.
Whatever's evading you is probably not in the room. So, like, just do a quick sweep of the room.
All right. So nothing's moving around. But didn't you also say I saw something to the right of me? And
Yeah.
I saw something to the left. The left moved, but the right didn't.
Yeah, you couldn't tell what it was. It just looked like something that was unusual.
All
It
right,
just didn't
let's-
seem to make sense.
Let me go check that out.
Okay. You look closer, making your way towards the port side diesel engine, and you see something at the base of it. It's probably about 2 feet square by 6 inches, and it's in a type of a canvas military grade bag.
Okay. I'll take. Is it closed?
It is closed.
All right. I'll walk over to the bag, and Is there a zipper on top that I could open?
It looks like it's Velcroed.
All right. I'll open the Velcro.
Lacy.
You see 12 sticks of C4 in there.
Got it. Is there a timer?
There is, but it's just a flashing light of some sort, like a real diffused light that's blinking.
Mm-hmm.
Not giving you a timer or anything.
So it's probably a remote then. Great. Okay. Wonderful. Each
What is that? What is that, Agent? Is that a flashlight?
No, unfortunately, it's not. I'm gonna walk over to the other side, see if I can find another flashlight. But no, it just looked like it was one of those emergency kits, but it's empty. So I'll walk over towards you. Cover. Yeah,
that is pretty good, Tom.
Thank you.
Almost gold doubloon worth.
So all right, I'll walk toward him and I'll check the other side of I'll check the starboard side engine if there's a flashlight there, and then
there's no flashlight there, but you do see another Velcro bag 2 feet by 2 feet by 6 inches.
That's brilliant. I'll let Steve Stevenson, I found another one of those emergency bags. Hold on a second, let me see if there's anything in it and I'll open it up.
Looks identical to the other one.
Okay. Nope, this one's empty too. Someone's doing a real good job making sure we don't have anything to help us out.
Agent, I know this ship fairly well. We don't have emergency bags against the diesel engines.
This doesn't look like it came from down here. It looks like somebody brought it from above.
Well, what else do you want to do down here, Agent? It's dark as hell.
I saw something, and I can't see it. Are there any other hatches closed, like the rudder room? Is there a hatch that's closed to that?
There is an open doorway that's right on the other side of the switchboard that'll allow movement to the aft of the ship, if that's what you're looking for.
That's what I'm looking for, and I'll tell Stevens, join me over on behind this hatch, or behind the switchboard.
Okay.
And I'll shine the light down the machinery space towards the rudder room. Anything moving?
Make an alertness check.
Make an alertness check. Oh, boy.
That thing should be super high now with all the times you've missed.
Right.
Under 32.
It's getting better.
03.
03. Although it is a pass, you don't see anything down that way.
Damn.
So it's kind of like a mess.
I'll tell Stevens, shut the hatch behind us. Don't lock it. And then I'll keep doing a search through the area.
Okay. And he's got his knife out, and he's just very apprehensive, just watching everything, eyes wide. You know how when you're almost in complete darkness, your eyes are as big as they can possibly be.
Right. I ask him, is there any chance of there being more flashlights in the auxiliary space?
There should be. There should be something around down here. I mean, for this whole purpose, if we lose power. I can't imagine somebody has taken every one of the lights. I mean, you think that this is Tomlin? You think this is Gomez?
You have your phone on you?
I don't know. Let me make a luck roll. 17. He's like, yeah, I got my phone.
Use your light. Use the flashlight on your phone.
He flips on the phone light, starts looking around, panning from left to right. He looks into the auxiliary machinery room. And as he's panning around, his light falls on this large gray head with these two huge black eyes. He freezes, the phone falling out of his still fingers, and you hear this squeal of a scream, just make a sanity check.
Shouldn't have told him to use his phone.
77.
Oh no.
His eyes blow out of his skull, and he crumples to his knees into the deck.
Did
now,
the thing run
I want
away?
to make a luck roll on something.
Okay.
19. The cell phone camera light fell facing upwards still.
Ah, very nice. So it's
Roll
still
a 19.
casting light. Yeah.
There is still a light. You see this thing start to scamper in the dark.
Where's it going? I can't tell.
It's
Is it going
running
towards the hatch?
towards the engine room.
Okay,
The
then I
direction of
closed
the
that
engine.
hatch. We closed that hatch. I did say that, right, Sammy?
Yeah, but you didn't lock it.
That's fine. If it's coming toward the hatch, I can get it before it moves. I'll move towards the hatch, following
Okay.
this thing.
Okay. And this thing is low. and fast. And even though you still have a light, it's still considered low light.
Right. Okay.
Got low light vision. That's good.
It sees you at the doorway and skitters to the starboard side. What are you going to do, Adesso?
Out of game for a second. Am I supposed to kill this thing? I can't remember.
We had to clean up.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I've never had a no kill or a kill order on him. But I do need to know one thing.
What's that?
What's your dex?
Dex is 11.
You beat me. What are you going to do?
All right. Do I see it? I know it was moving to the starboard, but before it moves away, do I have a shot at it?
Make a search check.
Search check.
You're going to have to make a search check every time you want to look for this guy.
Gotcha. Okay. Nope. Can't find it. 74.
Okay.
All right.
You don't know where it's at. What do you want to do?
Hey, Tom,
All right.
is there a way you can like lock it in this engine room?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Because then now I know where it is. Assuming
Yeah.
it can't get out.
Well, and we got it. The ship's already rigged to blow,
Yeah.
right? So maybe we lock it in there and we can't call for extraction until 2, so we still got about 4 hours.
We don't even call.
6
It
hours?
just comes.
Well, that's what I mean. We got like 6 hours or something like that.
Yeah, the question is this. Who put the explosives there? Because it wasn't us.
Well,
So if it's Gomez,
obviously, yeah.
there's no guarantee he's going to trigger them when we want him to. He has no idea when the helicopter's coming. So in other words, he's going to need to put leverage on us because it doesn't take a lot of brains to figure out they will be coming back for us. The question is when. He doesn't know. If he thinks that he can just hang out and wait, or whoever it is can hang out and wait and then blow the ship up as they leave, it's going to be hard to get on that ship without us along with him, or at least some very good explanation as to why we're not. So if I lock this little dude here, we can come back for him. We're not worried about him because he's trapped down here. Since it looks like there's only one way in and out, I'm going to lock the machinery hatch or brace it shut that goes from the auxiliary space to the engine room.
Okay.
Lock it closed. And then, I got to check on Stevens before I do that. So I grab Stevens. I want to go over to where his phone dropped because that's where he should be and see if he is, in fact, alive or dead.
Okay. And that'll be your move.
That'll be my move.
That'll be your
Here
move.
goes the attack.
As you lean over Stevens, you see this silvery sphere just begin to come into existence in the air in the middle of this auxiliary room. And it starts moving around. It makes its way towards you as it tries to touch you.
Oh, shit.
14. It touches your skin and begins to envelop you in every way possible to the point where you just don't move. You're almost held in a state of catatonic stasis. I also need you to make a sanity check.
Sanity check. 9.
9. Okay, you don't take any sanity, but you're currently held in this stasis, unable to move, unable to speak, unable to do anything.
Oh, this isn't good.
Now it's your turn, though, right?
It is your turn.
I'm not able to speak. I'm not able to move.
Nope. You can't do anything. You're trapped right now. This thing kind of creeps up to you, puts its hand not on you, but next to you. And in your mind, you hear words just begin to form. I just want to go home.
Okay,
It
I can make that
leaves you
happen.
And flees back through the door that you were originally going to close.
Okay.
You should close it.
Got it. So it left.
It left, and you're stuck there. You are currently in the accommodations suite of this freighter. Somewhere out there is probably Gomez. That's who you could possibly think is doing this. I don't think it's Adesso. I don't think it's Stevens.
Okay. And what's inside this room?
Lounge, pinball machine, basically like couches, tables, refrigerator, stuff like that. It's more of like a rec room.
No lights on?
No.
Okay. I still have Gomez's phone. I also have in my gear, a pocket flashlight, disposable gloves, wet wipes, that kind of shit. How functional is that light, the phone light?
They're pretty useful. I imagine they could probably give you about 2.5 feet in front of you.
Okay. And is there any other ways out of this room?
There looks like there's a door on the other side, on the port side. Like you came in on the starboard side, there's a door on the port side.
Okay. Does that just look like it leads to outside?
Yeah, it would lead back outside, but it would go down on the other side of this.
Okay. Well, what I think I'll try to do is is there on the doorway that I went through, is there one of those little portholes or whatever?
One of those dogs? Yeah.
Yeah, so someone could look in.
Oh, you're talking about a portal to look through?
Yeah, so could this guy, I'm assuming Gomez, come down and see through the portal?
Hey, he could try, but it's a long way to get to where you are. I imagine that everything that happened with Adesso took place within a few seconds. Simultaneous as what was going on with you.
And if I go out the other door and try to find access towards where the engine room is, would it be out of line of sight of where I currently think the shooter is?
Possibly. Because he would have had to been either forward of the gantry or on the starboard side of the ship to see where you came out of the wheelhouse. So if you go out on the port side, he probably wouldn't be able to see that.
Okay.
Possibly.
What I think I'd like to do is I want to see if I can draw him maybe to where I'm at. I want to take his phone and set it up in an area where he could maybe see the light of it. Since everything's dark and him looking in, he could probably go, oh, that's where the agent's at. I want to see if I can put it in the room, and then I'll have, hopefully, hiding in an area where I'll have the drop on him.
Okay, so you want to put it someplace in the accommodations room where he could see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like if he follows me through the doorway and he sees the light, he might either choose to fire or choose to go towards that area. I want to try that at least for now. I want to see if it can draw him out. Like, I don't want to just keep running. Like, if I know where he is right now, I want to see if I can draw him closer to me instead of just stumbling through various hatches, hoping to find an engine room in the dark on a ship I've never been on.
Well, it's possible that he's using that to his advantage, that you don't know the ship, that you're not familiar with it. Mm-hmm. And it's also possible that he knows that there's only a few ways in and out of that room. He may
That's
not.
what I mean. I want to set the light up to where he could see it, and then I'll position myself between these two doors and maybe be able to get some kind of cover and then attack him when he comes in.
Okay. So tell me where you set up the phone.
Well, I don't really know right now the accommodation room is just a side view from what I'm looking at, right?
Yeah, just imagine that there's tables and whatnot.
Yeah.
That, pinball machine, anything you could kind of lean this thing up against to.
Yeah, so I want to do it over by the pinball machines to where it looks like someplace that I'd be able to be trying to hide. Maybe I'm using the phone to try to get contact, and then I want to hide behind something as well that will allow me to look at both of the doors and see where he's coming from. And I have stealth. I can make a stealth roll to see if I can find myself the best possible spot to kind of make a drop on someone.
Okay, I can imagine that you're probably hiding behind one of the lower tables or something.
Yeah, like I want to ambush him, but I want to be able to see which door he's coming through.
Okay.
If this even works, I'm going to wait for a round or two. If nothing happens, then I'll figure out something then.
Okay. You hear the rifle fire off from somewhere outside. It goes right through the portal, going through the glass, and strikes the light on the phone. The phone goes dead to the floor.
Okay.
The accommodations room is bathed in darkness.
That's great. Now I'm going to wait and see which way he comes through. It's a good shot, by the way. Definitely got to get him hand to hand.
Roll the 30. After about 20 seconds, the door handle slowly turns and the door opens.
Which one?
The one on the starboard side.
Okay.
Nobody comes in just yet.
That's fine. I'll just wait.
After a moment, you see a figure step through the doorway with a handgun in his hand and holding a knife in the opposite hand downwards.
Okay.
Rifle slung across his back. You see the figure step into the room, looking left, right, making his way towards where the phone went down. He gets about 10 feet into the room, flips on a light on the side of his weapon, and just sees the bullet hole in the cell phone.
And now I see my target.
What are you going to do each?
I want to talk to him. No, I'm just, I am going to.
Maybe you want to give him plate too, right?
Yeah.
For the sandwich.
I'm attacking.
What are you attacking with?
My jack blade.
Was it already triggered up?
Yeah, remember when I...
Yeah, I was just wanting to see if you're like...
No, I'm not going to give him any kind of...
Warning.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
if anything...
Can he see who it... Can each see who it is?
Not yet.
Is there a way I could just attack him, right? Do I need to make a move to attack him?
You do have to clear the distance.
Okay. Is it far, or could I do a stealth move up to him and attack him from stealth?
I'll let you do the stealth move because that's more dynamic.
Yeah, and then anyway, I'm going to be attacking anyways, so I'm just seeing if this helps me get a drop on him, like a surprise.
You won't get a bonus, but if you fail the stealth, you'll get it with a negative.
Instead of just running up and attacking?
Well, if you do the stealth, you'll get the regular attack. If you run up and attack because of the darkness, you'll get a negative 20.
All right, well, I'll do the stealth.
Yeah, do the stealth.
All right, under 53. 49.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Lay your attack down.
Okay, and attack is melee weapons. 53 as well. Woo! 36.
36.
Right.
Roll your damage. There was a
that's,
reason why also that you would have got the penalty, and that's because the rifle was slung across his back.
Oh, okay. Called shot right in the ear. No. 1d12 then.
Okay.
That's a 9.
You hear this grunt as this blade sinks into his side. He turns around, and you see Gomez looking at you, and he fires right at you. Oh, 93. The shot goes wide.
Woo!
Shot goes wide.
How can you blame him? He just got stabbed with a sword.
What is your dex?
15.
Damn.
That's my highest score.
What do you want to do each?
Finish him.
Hit him again.
Yeah. Under 53. 23. 23. Woo!
All right.
And another, no, it's a 6. Sorry. It looked like a 9.
As you pierce him with this blade, he goes to his knees. Both weapons drop from each hand. And he kind of leans on the top of the jack blade. And he looks up at you and he's all, if fucking Stevens hadn't sent that fucking Mayday to the Coast Guard. Who the fuck are you fooling? You sure the fuck aren't. Who sent you? It was the boss cleaning it up, wasn't he? You're never going to get off this fucking boat alive, assholes. It's all right. You're as good as dead anyways.
I just finish him off if I can. I don't need him to dying grasp and do something.
You see him collapse to the deck. He bleeds for about maybe 4 seconds till his heart completely stops pumping. As you're standing there looking over the body, you hear something off in the distance. Doesn't make sense. I mean, it almost sounds like a helicopter. But it's somewhere in the sky. Okay. You can't even see it at this point.
All right. He's clearly dead, though, right?
Oh, yeah, he's done.
Okay. I want to basically, I'll take the weapons that he had. I'll toss the knife. I don't need the knife. What else does he have on his body?
The handgun with a flashlight on it, 2 spare mags. He's got some kind of device that almost looks like a cell phone.
Okay.
And he's got a sat phone.
A sat phone, is that like that can make calls?
Yeah, satellite phone.
Oh. Okay. Well, out of game then. I hear a helicopter, and then he had a sat phone. Like, I don't know if each would know how to use these things. Is it just like a regular phone?
It's probably going to be coded in. It might have a passcode.
With the light of the gun, I'll be looking at it and see if I can turn it on and see if, hearing a helicopter, if he had access and called someone for a pickup.
It looks like a call was recently made.
Okay.
Looking through the log.
Okay. Well, then again, out of game at Deso, should I try to call this number again, or what do you think?
That's interesting. Obviously, his ride's coming to pick him up, and then he would detonate it remotely, which makes me think, why bother shooting us, right? But whatever. Of course,
because the helicopter can't really come without us being around, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that would be hard to explain. So, all right. So if you were to call them, tell them to, hey, things aren't going well, call off the evacuation. They may not recognize the guy's voice.
Well, hey, comatose man. Well,
no, I'm asking my fellow player what we would do.
Well, you should, since we're cutting all this out, you should go down and find him.
Find who? Well, no, that's where I was trying to go, but I wanted to draw out. I wanted to draw out the guy who was trying to shoot me, and that worked, luckily. And
but
so
that
now,
all happened like simultaneously as what was going on with.
Yeah, well, my goal was to get to a hiding place, and I had said we were going to go with Linus to go find a Deso in them. So that's still my goal. But now, the threat that I thought was after us is eliminated, and so the goal would be to take the weapons and the stuff and just go meet a Deso in them. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Well, if that's all the body has, then I will take the device. I will take the sat phone, the pistol, and the rifle. I'll sling the rifle, and I'll, I guess, make my way down to the engine room to find out what's going on with First Mate and Adesso.
Okay.
And I'll be using the light from the pistol in one hand, and I'll have my jack blade in the other.
Okay. You make your way down to the first lower level, then the second lower level, and then the final lower level where the engine room is at. Coming down the stairwell on the starboard side. As your light pans across, you see the 2 large diesel engines. You see a smashed up switchboard console. But you don't see anything else. You do see there's a passageway that leads further aft. Probably towards the auxiliary room.
All right. I'm, well, the last, with the exception of First Mate and Adesso, we're the last living people, and then the doctor. I'm just going to call out, Adesso! Where are you?
And you don't hear anything in return. But go ahead and make an observation check.
All right. Under 70, 41.
41. You see like a light coming from the auxiliary room, which is further aft.
Is it like a dull, like a phone light or a flashlight? Because all the power's out, right?
Yeah, all the power's out. It's definitely not a light that you would see on the ship. It's possibly it could be a cell phone light.
I will move towards it. Still, Adesso, Sichi.
As you move through the space, you see a body on the floor. Blonde hair. Looks like First Mate Stevens. And then you see Adesso kneeling down, his weapon and flashlight right next to him, right next to a cell phone that's on the floor. Its light on, Adesso's flashlight on, the weapon on the floor. And he looks like he's almost kneeling down like he's praying or in Seiza. Doesn't even look like he's moving. Doesn't even seem to know that you're there.
He doesn't answer me. Adesso. No. Okay, well, some shit happened. I'll move over to him, and then I will, from my move, kick the phone out a little bit, and then kick the flashlight out a little bit, hoping to add more light to the area around me so I don't get pounced on.
Okay.
While still having my light. And Adesso's just sitting there still?
He's still just sitting there. You see his eyes are fully dilated. He's looking off into the distance. But you do notice there seems to be like some kind of a shimmer around him.
Like he's wet with glitter or something? Or like a...
No, think of like when you look at a picture of the planet Earth, how you see the corona of the atmosphere around it.
Uh-huh.
That's almost what it looks like around him. You see like a corona around him that's silvery in color.
With my jack blade, the flat part of it, I'll tap him on the side. Does it like penetrate
it starts to
barrier?
Warble when you hit it and actually start to break apart in that area. It starts to give off these vibrations that starts to break down its cohesion.
Okay. I'm staying clear of that though. So Adesso, come to, snap to it.
Somewhere deep in you, Adesso, you feel this slap on your side, and just for the briefest of a moment, you're almost free of this field that's surrounding you. What would you do in that half second?
I would try to break free completely.
Give me a willpower check.
Yeah. Think of your family. Think of your kid, the woman, the mistress at the Shining Pony saloon.
Okay, power is the willpower, right? It's the power. It's power.
Yeah, power.
Power is willpower. Okay, yeah, under 65.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, 44. Critical success.
Nice.
Yeah.
Each, after you slapped him with your jack blade, causing this disruption in this field, Adesso, it gives you an in to breaking this field around you, this nullification field, and you're actually able to mentally push it away and off of you completely. It begins to completely dissipate to where there's nothing left. You don't even know how long you've been kneeling down for. You just know like it could have been a half second. It could have been 4 hours for all you know. But you see each standing above you, jack blade in one hand, handgun in the other, lights on the floor kind of shining up at you, a cell phone, a flashlight.
Each, good to see you.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Okay.
What happened?
There is this little gray man with big black eyes that was down here. He put this shimmer on me. He spoke with me via telepathy and told me he wanted to go home. I think that ship would be able to take him home. I'm going to check Stevens. Is he dead or alive?
He's dead.
He's got the red eyes and the bloody ears like everyone else.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened because he did see the little guy, but the guy just looked at him, and then Stevens just went berserk and fell over dead.
You've seen this.
There
happen.
are 2 duffel bags filled with explosives in the engine room, and it looks like they're set with a remote timer of some kind. It doesn't look like they're on a timer. Looks like they're remotely detonated.
From his coat pocket, each will pull out the one device that I found, and then the sat phone. And do either of these look like a detonator?
Yeah, the sat phone isn't, but the other device probably is.
Well, these were both taken off of crewman Gomez, who...
Is everyone else okay?
No. Crewman Linus Tomlin was shot and killed by Gomez. And when Gomez attempted to kill me a few times, and then we had it out and had a man-to-man talk in the
Is that why there's blood on your blade?
And the accommodations room provided him some accommodations for his final rest.
All right, well, we're the only two left.
I slip off the rifle. This is what he used. And I hold up the gun. This was his backup. And apparently this sat phone was used to call someone because I heard, and I don't know where they are, helicopters. And that's not our guys yet.
What time is it, Handler?
It's probably about 9:30.
Yeah, our people are still about 4 hours away. At best, 4 or 5 hours away. So Paulie would know, since he's naval intelligence, how to use a sat phone. So he'd look at it, check out the call log, see when the last call was made. Well, here's the deal. Here's what I see. We got a little green alien around here, an alien spaceship on the back, and we got the whole ship ready to explode. Problem is, these two guys, or whoever is coming for us in this helicopter, maybe we can get rid of them. But what do we want to do with this? What do we want to do about the little gray alien?
Well, our mission is to clean up everything.
Yeah.
It's not like we can bring him home like a stray pup.
No, I'm thinking if he could get assuming best case scenario, he gets that ship working, that problem solves itself. Now there's nothing, because if we blow up the ship, there's no guarantee we're going to blow up the little craft, which means that it's still sitting at the bottom. And whoever Gomez was working for is obviously aware there's something to be found and there's something there, which means that we haven't solved the problem. We've just postponed it. So blowing up the ship with the craft on it isn't going to solve the issue.
Well, do you think Heisenberg would be happy if we helped an alien fly back home? Isn't the whole idea to contain this?
Yeah, but if the alien flies back home, our problem's solved. I just don't understand how it got down here to begin with.
Well, the ship is free now. There's no other people on this boat, this ship, except us. He has all the power in the world to take this ship back home. Maybe we make our way back to the ship and see if there's something securing it or holding it down that...
Right. Well, we got to get... I'd like to communicate... Okay, well, let's figure out the helicopter first. Let's try to bluff them. We've got a rifle now. We got a little more firepower. So
the goal is to what? Shoot them and take them out as well?
No, the goal is to get them to go away because there's been a problem. And that they're not... Gomez is not ready for pickup yet. He acted prematurely. So this is him trying to tell them to come back. I guess that would be the only way to tell them without having to go ballistic with them.
Well, maybe we make our way to the ship and see if the alien has been able to gain access to it again and... Well, out of game. So what do we want to do then? Do we want to see if we can send E.T. home? Do we want to fucking...
Yeah, let's see if we could send E.T. home. I think that sounds fun because, sure, why not? Let's send E.T. home and let's try to figure out what we're going to do with the helicopter. If we can't bluff them away, we're going to have to get kinetic with them.
Okay. Well, you now have a high-powered rifle. What kind of rifle is it, Pandora?
Yeah, what kind of rifle is that?
It's a FNFAL.
Oh, right on.
So,
Benefero?
7.62.
7.62 by 51. Yeah, this used to be the standard arm of the British Empire back in the day until they went to that bullpup piece of crap they have now. But yeah, an FNFAL is a 308 caliber rifle.
And it has a long barrel on it.
Yep.
With a night vision scope and a laser sight on it as well.
Oh, yes. I like a lot.
Okay, so then our plan is to send E.T. home?
Yep, plan is to send E.T. home. I'll call a helicopter and see if I can tell them to go away. And if we can't, well, we're just going to have to get kinetic. And this particular rifle is going to work.
Well, they'll probably connect or contact us, right? If they're waiting for Gomez's call and they haven't heard it. And they're in the area somewhere.
Yeah.
So should we just wait for them to call us? And meanwhile, we make our way to the ship and see if there's something that we can do to free your little gray friend?
Yeah, let's try that. He could have killed me. He didn't. He chose not to. He could have done a lot of different things, so I figured
could have
he
done a
gave
lot
me a
of
shot. I should definitely give him a shot.
I could have done a lot of different things with you, my friend, in that state.
Oh, how many rounds are left in that rifle, bro?
He had extra mags that I picked up, but those were for the
7.
Glock.
7 rounds? Ooh, that's not a lot. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's make our way to the ship. I'll
Okay.
leave behind. We'll make some point to leave the doors open, hatches open and undogged. So if the dude wants to get out or if he's watching us, then he may be able to figure out we're trying to get him home.
You find your way up to the top deck, and you hear the thumping of the blades of a helicopter. Eventually, you see it start to materialize above the ship,
Okay.
and it's a huge helicopter, almost 89 feet long, with only a cockpit for passengers. It has an open underbelly, and it's designed for one thing:
It's a skyhook.
to transport large objects.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. They call it a skyhook. Yeah.
So,
I'll call him on the sat phone.
wait. Before we do that,
Uh-huh.
like, they probably have night vision too, I would assume.
Yeah. That's
So they're
good
going to
stuff.
see us making our way to the ship. They're going to see it if there's 2 people. I don't know if they met Gomez, but seeing you there with the sat phone and the silhouette with the gun, they may think that you are. Maybe you could bluff them.
Well, let's try that because that's all we've got. And then if it goes kinetic, we go kinetic.
You keep
So
using this
I'll-
word kinetic. What does that mean?
You use
Yeah,
this
we're
word
going to
an
go
awful
live.
lot.
We're going to go loud. We're going to shoot him. We're going to apply force kinetically.
Okay.
Kinetic energy.
Okay.
All right, so I'll call him on the sat phone using the last number called.
Good job, Tone.
And then real quick, GM, before it's handler, tone, and when you're talking to him, I don't know if this is how it works, but like break it up so your voice is not purely clear,
Yeah.
so they can't tell it's you and maybe it's bad. I don't know if satellite phones are like that, but, situation, not, hold on, not yet, shit like
Yeah.
that.
Got it.
Needle, this is Thread. Go ahead.
Problems. We got some not secure.
The fuck? Not secure. We're way to get this disc off the deck. I got a timetable to keep.
Not possible. Problem.
ETA till area is cleansed.
What time is it now?
It's about 10 o'clock. 22.
Get us like 2
$2,200.
hours.
Ooh, shit.
Get us like 2 hours or say an hour or something.
Yeah, exactly. Need 1 hour.
1 hour. Holding position Alpha. Reconfirm in 45 mics out. The chopper
Confirm.
begins to bank and take off.
Cool.
What's 45 mics? Minutes?
45 minutes, yeah.
These guys
Turn,
are
it
stupid
does
as
it turns. Well, that worked. We got 45 minutes. We don't before they want to reconfirm, and maybe our little guy will get out of there. So let's take a look at the ship.
hell. Let's see what's holding this ship down. Why you can't just fucking take off.
So you go back to the tethered down disc. You see that it's in fact not covered by one large tarp, but many tarps that have been tied together to cover this large disc. And on the corner of each one of these tarps, you see the words Quantum Horizons on them.
Motherfuckers.
You see that there is a portion under the tarp where there's an opening in the side of this disc, allowing you to enter if you chose to do so.
I'll flash the light down there. Oh, actually, I'll look down with the night vision. Do I see anything?
Are you outside or inside?
Outside
still.
right now.
Okay. Looking in there with the night vision, you don't see anything.
Is that because there's too much scattered light outside, or there's nothing inside?
You,
I can see.
for some reason, it doesn't permeate the darkness that's inside.
Oh. What about my flashlight?
Same thing. The light goes in maybe 18 inches, maybe 20 inches, and then begins to diffuse, getting dimmer and dimmer. It's almost as though something is pressing the light back.
Do you think we should get rid of these tarps?
Yeah, I think that may show some goodwill.
Yeah.
Since the helicopter that could have taken this away is gone. So yeah, let's pull the tarps off. Maybe that'll give our guy an incentive to show up.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's like rock, paper, scissors. Maybe paper beats spaceship.
There we go. I have a feeling we'll probably find the tie downs underneath the tarps.
Yeah, and as you start removing the tarps, you see that there's wires that are holding the disc down to the deck itself, like cables, to prevent it from listing off the side.
Well,
so it would probably take you about 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes to get that thing completely loose. What's that, Sam?
I said maybe that we don't want to take the wires off because it could just fall over the side of the ship, right? Isn't it pretty precarious right now?
It is still listing about. The ship is. It's up to you guys what you want to do.
So let's take most of them off and leave one.
That's going to be 30 minutes, dude. We got 45.
Yeah, that'll work.
Do we want to? No, but I mean, do we want to? It doesn't seem like the alien would not be able to break these wires.
Maybe not.
Should we go inside then and see, like, maybe there's some reason he can't, or do we double team it, split up again? That always works out well.
Well, I'm thinking if the thing's trying to get home, it's going to want to get back to its ship. Being since we left the engineering spaces, it may come out. So let's take 6 or 7 minutes of our precious 45 and see if it comes to the surface.
30 minutes if we're both doing it. It only means 15 minutes time because we're double timing it. So let's do that.
Okay.
Does that sound agreeable, Handler?
I'm not sure what it is you're doing.
If it takes 30 minutes to get all the wires off, well, both of us could do it. And it's 15 minutes, right?
I was thinking 30 minutes for both of you to work this thing loose.
Well, fuck it. We should probably go inside the ship, though, real quick, shouldn't we, Tone?
To do what?
I don't know, to see if he's in there or see if he's... All right, okay. My only concern is 30 minutes out of the 45 is a lot, but let's try that. We can always bluff him with another call.
Yeah.
Or try to.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you doing?
Removing the ties.
Okay.
Yeah, let's remove some of the ties. Yeah. Show him that if he's paying attention to us, then this hopefully will be a demonstration of good faith.
Okay. So you kind of remove all the cables off of it. Tarp's already off.
We would like to leave one cable just for security purposes.
Okay. All but one cable has been removed from the disc. Mm-hmm. It's just sitting on the back of the trawl deck. Doesn't look like it's going to flop off, even though the ship is still kind of listing. It's just not powerful enough yet to do something like that.
All right, should we get rid of the last one then? Odesso?
Not yet. Let's just see if the little dude comes out and tries to get away.
Okay.
If he goes into the ship and closes the door, we can take the last one off, and then he'll be gone, and then our problem will be solved. And then we can use our phone to call Heisenberg or whoever it is we can do and get our timetable accelerated.
Make an observation check.
Both?
Both of you.
Okay.
86. I'm clueless. Jesus
61 out of 70. It's the rainy weather, Tone.
It
That must
totally
be
is.
I'm used to it.
Each. As you're looking around, waiting to see this little gray guy shows up or not, you notice something up in the gantry moving around. It looks as though it's making its way along one of the cables that goes from the gantry to the aft of the ship, kind of climbing along it. Real small, petite looking with a large head.
Only one thing, right? That's what I see moving?
Only one.
Odesso, and I will point up there.
Ah, that's him. That's the guy.
It makes its way all the way to the rear of the ship, drops down to the deck, and very precariously makes its way to the opening on the side of the disc, all the while watching the two of you. You see its long digit hands outstretched, almost as though like a wire, kind of keeping a distance going on.
Low panning it.
Yeah. You see it run its hand along the side of the hull, and as his hand touches it, it moves. You almost see like a streak of rainbowish colors that brighten and fade like a half second after his hand leaves that area, and all the while his hand's sliding along the hull. You see barnacles start to fall off, and he makes his way towards the opening of the hatch. Still watching the two of you, he starts backing into his ship, and you see this ethereal illumination begin to shine from within this craft. And for the briefest of seconds, you see 3 seats in the middle of this thing. 2 of them are occupied with what look to be deceased grays. And behind him, you see that the walls themselves, you actually see the ship that you're on, the Aqua Fortune. You can see it through the skin of this ship, as though
it's like invisible.
the walls were transparent.
Translucent. Yeah. Like, cool. Do we see the ship and the beyond it, or is it like Wonder Woman jet?
Well, no, you could see the ship, but if you were looking through the portal, you can see that it's like a one-sided mirror, like a one-way mirror. But
okay.
As he puts his hand on the inside panel, you see the hatch begin to slowly close.
We'll
Seals
go and
up
take
all the
off
way.
the last tie down.
Yeah, I'll wave at him as he's closing.
The last tie down falls off. The ship rises up about 7 feet, shimmers, and then disappears.
Excellent.
Fuck.
All right. Mission successful, my man. We'll use the phone, and I will call Heisenberg.
You flip out the phone, and you find that the communications are still down in this area. But you do hear the helicopter returning.
Well, how did I call it if the communications were down?
The sat phone.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. I should have clarified. I want to call Heisenberg with my sat phone.
His sat phone now. It's his.
No, it's mine now.
I know.
My gun, my sat phone, my night vision.
Okay. So say it again. How do you want to call him with the sat phone?
Yeah, I'm going to use the sat phone, and I'm going to take my phone out, use the number, dial Heisenberg on the sat phone.
It rings once, picks up. Lucerne Realty.
Heisenberg, this is Adesso. We're out in the middle of freaking Alaska.
Damn it, Paulie, what the fuck is wrong with you?
There is a helicopter coming inbound. We've got a huge mission debrief, but this helicopter's a big problem. Our timetable doesn't have us getting picked up until 2 a.m. This thing's here now.
The ship is rigged to blow.
And the ship we're on is rigged to blow. We need an accelerated extraction schedule, and I need somebody to deal with this particular helicopter. It looks like to be a skyhook.
Give me a luck roll.
Oh, shit.
Not very lucky.
The hard 20.
Yeah, no way. That's bitchin'. Oh, shit.
Consider it done, Paulie.
Hey.
Somewhere off in the distance, you see this streak of light come down from heaven above. And you see this explosion. It's probably like 8 miles away. It takes a few seconds for the sound to reach you. As you sit there and wait your time out for your extraction, eventually your helicopter arrives, sets down on the trawl deck. You guys get aboard. The helicopter starts to lift off, returning you back towards the mainland. As the pilot's flying through the air, you hear him say, "I've never seen a helicopter blow up like that before."
Detonate the boat?
You can.
What do you think?
All right.
Should we detonate the boat?
I think we should, just to clean up everything.
Yep. Click.
So I'll take it out. We'll hold hands and we'll press the button together. Thelma Louisa,
There we go. And then we throw the detonator out too.
And with
the sat phone. I got to keep the sat phone.
And with that, the Aqua Fortune explodes on the horizon. you guys make your way back to Anchorage. And we will pick up this on the after action report.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, gentlemen.
Right on, brother.
We got to coordinate our stories there, Adesso.
Yeah.
It was on the ship. It got away somehow. We think it just disappeared. The men went crazy and shot each other.
So,
There's multiple doors that he can get out of, right?
well, the Ox machinery space only seems to have one. There should be. The ships are designed that there's two ways out. One way in, one way out that are independent of one another in case one way is blocked. But that's a luxury. Most of the smaller ships generally have one way in and one way out. So this being a smaller ship, it's entirely possible that there's only one way in. Especially since this diagram is noticeably rough, but I'm thinking there's only one way in. You come up the engine room hatches.
It says there's two doors.
Yeah, where?
There's two doors in the auxiliary space.
What do you mean, those squares in the corner? Looks like there's only one to me. And then you see the stairwell at the bottom. It says up. You go to Ox space, and right across it, there's a little thing there that says up. That seems to be the only way in and out, other than the doorway that goes from the hatch into the engine
To
room.
an upper deck, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that deck brings it down. Deck. And so if I'm reading this correctly, there's only one way in and out through that open hatch.
Well, there's a hatch forward also, but you have to gain access through that open doorway at the auxiliary space. If you look all the way to the bow, if you go up to I think it's the second level down where it says number 3 freezer hold, there's a hatch there.
Yes,
it looks like it goes down to the lowest deck.
Well, you mean number 4 freezer hold? Because
number 3,
we're aft. The aft machinery is.
I know, but you would. Oh yeah, I don't think you get to the forward aspect of it. That's weird. All right, whatever. All right, I got to cut all this shit out. So what do you want to do?
All right, I'm gonna.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora Radio, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review. Don't forget about our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. So if you're into watching and you want to help support this show, then head on over and hit that subscribe button. It really does help the show out. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted over there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next time, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.